I'm Matt Bouchard with REIT.com here in Atlanta for REITWorld 2014, NAREIT's annual convention for all things REIT. Joining me is Patrick Scholes, Managing Director with SunTrust Robinson Humphrey. Patrick, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Matt.
Let's talk about hotel and lodging fundamentals, which are looking pretty good right now. Do you think the sector can maintain those gains in 2015?
I do for 2015. I don't think I'm breaking any new ground when I'm saying supply and demand fundamentals look strong. In fact, I think we'll see an acceleration in RevPAR in the first half of the year next year versus what we're seeing in the expectations for the fourth quarter. So that bodes well. Back half of the year, I think the data is still pretty slim to say, how strong it'll be, but I'm confident on at least the first half of the year.
And we've seen some hotel REITs actively prune their portfolios over the last couple of years. Do you think that process is largely completed, or what type of activity do you see there?
Well, I'm going to say it's not completed until you see some of these REITs sell into private equity. I'm not thinking it's going to happen next year, but not surprised come 2016. I talked with almost all of the hotel REITs who were in attendance at this conference, and I would say the general takeaway is, they're not aggressively looking to buy. Quite a few of them had come out of major CapEx and projects over the last year, and they're more just milking the growth from the investment that they made. I would say the one exception was Chatham Lodging Trust. They mentioned that they were still out there aggressively looking for new acquisitions, but they seem to be a little bit on the outlier on that side.
And lastly, how are hotel REITs managing to adapt to changing customer trends, and what sort of impact are you seeing this rise of millennials having on them?
I think there's only so much a REIT itself can do. It's more of selecting the manager for your property, or at least the one you selected 5 or 10 years ago can keep up with these trends. Where you do have a little bit of control, is, let's say tennis isn't maybe as popular as it was in the past. You get rid of your tennis courts, you put a club in there, you have some control over what restaurant you want in there, if you're willing to pay up for a celebrity chef to bring that in. But we really haven't seen so far the public REITs really get into sort of so much on the millennial brands. It's more been the traditional. But I expect going forward you'll start to see that a bit more. So it's really just selecting the brand who is the hip and new one du jour.
Patrick, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.